Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington DC, I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Circus Circus opened on October 18, 1968, created by J. Sarno and Stanley Mallin, the same developers who built Caesar's Palace. Their idea was unusual for the time, a large-scale casino wrapped in the theme of a permanent circus. When it opened, Circus Circus featured a massive pink and white top facade. Midway games, carnival attractions, and live circus acts performed several times a day. Interestingly, the property opened without a hotel, something unheard of on the Strip today. It operated solely as a casino and entertainment venue, which made it financially unstable in its early years. By 1969, financial difficulties led to the new leadership under William Bennett and William Pennington, who purchased the troubled resort and began reshaping it. Under their direction, Circus Circus expanded steadily. In 1972, the first hotel tower was added, giving the casino its long-needed accommodation component. This began a pattern of regular growth, with additional hotel towers opening throughout the 1980s and 1990s. As the resort expanded, it became a major family-focused destination, something rare in Las Vegas at the time. The next major addition was the Adventuredome, opened in 1993. This 5-acre indoor theme park was constructed under a huge glass dome, offering roller coasters, rides, and carnival attractions protected from the desert climate. It quickly became one of the resort's defining features, reinforcing Circus Circus as one of the most family-orientated properties on the Strip. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Circus Circus Enterprises, later renamed Mandalay Resort Group, used the success of Circus Circus to fund the development of multiple resorts across Las Vegas, including Excalibur, Luxor, and Mandalay Bay. In many ways, the growth of modern Las Vegas owes a piece of its expansion to revenue generated by this brightly striped casino. In 2005, MGM Mirage, later MGM Resorts International, acquired Mandalay Resort Group, bringing Circus Circus into MGM's portfolio. For several years, the property maintained its classical identity, operating as a budget-friendly, family-orientated resort, while much of the Strip shifted towards luxury mega projects. In 2019, MGM sold Circus Circus to Phil Ruffin, the owner of Treasure Island, who continues to operate the resort today. Across its history, Circus Circus has remained distinctive, from the iconic clown marquee to the live circus acts performed above the casino floor. It represents an era of themed Las Vegas properties that leaned heavily into spectacle and identity. Despite decades of change along the Strip, the resort has held onto its original charm, a bright, playful contrast to the increasingly sleek skyline around it. Today, Circus Circus stands as one of the Strip's enduring classics, a resort built on the idea of fun, color, and family-style entertainment, with a history that reflects both the challenges and creativity that shaped modern Las Vegas.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.